Alright, let's get started building a budgeting app because it's more fun than using Excel. So yeah, this is basically just going to be my test suite, and then I'll import stuff I build, and eventually I'll have something. Anyway, first I want to get some sort of date thing set up. I need quotation marks around that. Let's add the class. There's a class wizard somewhere. There we go. Ooh. Let's drag this over to another window. God damn it. Try to drag this over into another window. That's not going to work. Okay, never mind then. Let's make sure this thing builds and I have everything set up right, because that was a problem in the past. Okay, nothing's broke yet. Can I construct the class? This will test by linker, I guess. Okay, that worked too. So what I want to do is to be able to pass in a timestamp. So I'll try adding that, and it should be equal to like 1970 or something. And this should fail, I hope. Okay, so we need to change the constructor. This should take a time t thing, I think. I don't know what that's included in. C time.h, or C time. Does this fix it? Yes. Okay. What's this warning here? Function definition not found. Okay. Timestamp. And now everything should build. Wonderful. So basically what I want to happen here, this should be 1970 of some year. Actually, let's just start with getting the year. And I suppose this should be an int. Actually, I don't even know that this is 1970, so I should double check that. X timestamp 0. Okay, good, there's a handy converter. Enter timestamp. What the, I can't. Okay. Can I can't go the other way? That. Let's try another Google search, I guess. Epic converter. One of these is going to work. Also, Bing is very slow, so this is going to take a while. Okay, timestamp for date. Okay, January 1st, 1970. I'm not going to care about time zones, and I don't think that will bite me. So I want this to look kind of like that. So first we need to get year function. Actually, that'll be a size t because we shouldn't have a negative year. Get year. Implement that. C++ is not great for rapid prototyping, but whatever. And in the spirit of test-driven development, I'm just going to hardcode this in until that fails. Why is this failing? Expression must be a modifiable L. Wow, I am dumb. Yeah, of course that wouldn't work. Once I get annoyed enough, I'm going to write helper functions to do this for me. But for now, this will do. Throw. How do you even throw an exception in C++? I have never done this before. When I do this, like other places, like there's this custom exception library. So I've never actually thrown an exception in C++. Okay, so I can just throw something. Actually, I don't need to do an exception here. I'm just going to print the standard error. Expected 970 got, and of course this is absolutely horrible, but once I get annoyed enough I'll fix it. And this should build. Yay, people are watching. Okay, there's a link error. Unresolved. Int date get. Date shouldn't be an int though. Size t. I do need to return stuff. That helps. Awesome. I'm always super impressed by like mechanical engineers, because if they make a mistake, it's a lot more expensive, and I make mistakes all the time. Let's see. Batch. Okay, human date to timestamp. Let's grab a different. Actually, let's do the current timestamp, and that should get this should get today. I think I'll have to worry about time zones at some point, but we'll just try this and see what breaks. Date. Today. I'm going to move this up to here. Date epic. I think that's what it's called. And I can spell, and my computer is slow. Okay. And if today, it's probably a really bad idea to hardcode in the year just before New Year's. I'm just going to copy this. Year. I'm going to rename this Christmas Eve, which won't help with the specific year, but it should be close enough. Christmas Eve 2016. How do you rename stuff? Rename. Christmas Eve 2016. That applies specifically to today. Now this should build, but fail. Okay, and when we run it, how do I run this? Let's see, there's a, god damn it. Okay, there's a deep, does this work? Something's happening. Oh. My antivirus is having fun. Okay. This is fun. So if you didn't see, I did get a sort of pop-up showing that my test failed where I expected it to fail. And now I'm getting all this stuff about cannot find or open the PDB file, and I have absolutely no idea what that's about. I'm about to just do this on the command line, because it's so much easier. But people tell me that IDEs do help, so yeah. Okay, here's the help page. This is useless. Okay, project properties. Project properties, configuration properties. Linker. And then debugging. Generate debug. Maybe that will fix it. Okay, so I guess I need to run from here somehow. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, you know, that's not failing. So I'm just gonna call that good for now. Like, I'll see if I can step into it to make this more actually be able to see the results. Where is this? Step into new instance. Okay. Can I put a breakpoint here? Okay. I'll just break right before the return. And is there a resume? How do you continue to the... Maybe I'll try this button. Okay. I'll just try stepping line by line, I guess. Okay, so that's showing kind of what I expect. We're getting output. This is an awful way to do things, but we're going to call that good. Let's kill that. Okay, let's figure out how to actually get the year from the timestamp. Wow, the first thing is Experts Exchange. So I'm going to switch over to Google Chrome, where it doesn't do silly stuff like that. And the first result is something I actually want. Okay. So there's this local time function. Let's see what that does. Local time. So this is in time.h, structium time info. What is the time function? Why are we passing? So we're passing the address of our time t into this time function? Why does that do? Why is that there? Get current. Oh, it's getting the current timestamp. So we already have that. Okay. Okay. So I can just use... God damn it. I am just going to use the command line next time because this is awful. This probably does not belong in the structure. The constructor, that is. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to assign this to a member variable. And then do the math stuff in the accessor thing. Which is, again, probably awful, but... we can make it work. Okay, that works. Let's clean that up. So then in git... Okay, so actually what we're going to want to do... tm date. We'll just call that our date because we don't... I don't want to name it the same name as the class. I could call it a date struct. That's awful. Yeah. Equals, what's the function called again? Local time. Well, that could be the thing in this time zone. And why is it taking a pointer? Why does it need to do that? It's not changing anything. It uses the value pointed by timer. Okay, I guess we're passing by a const pointer. Okay, let's fix how this is stored. I'm gonna have to handle this in the destructor, won't I? Not if I wrap it in a smart pointer. And I know auto pointer is awful and horrible and you should never ever ever use it. But unfortunately, I don't get to use C++11. I mean, I could for personal stuff, but it's not what I'm used to, and I don't want to learn stuff I can't use in real life. std. So that's in memory. I don't even know why we need the struct there. I'll assume there's a reason. Okay. And hopefully this doesn't segfault. Hopefully this doesn't segfault. Okay, so now I need to figure out how to get the year from the structure thing. Let's see. Yep, I'm using C++98. Year since 1900. So I'm going to have some sort of offset thing. Const. That probably belongs somewhere else. And we'll return a time. What's the function called? tm year. Please work. Okay, so I have error. Local time may be unsafe. Local time s instead. That's wonderful. Is there a difference? And are they going to hammer me for using an auto pointer? Okay. Result. Wait, what? Struct. So we need to pass in the struct. Oh, this is making me use C++11. Okay, how do we disable this? Okay, I'm not going to disable all warnings, so I'm just going to use... God damn it. This is... So then what does it return? Function uses user-provided storage results for the result. And it checks for a null pointer in the arguments. So then what's the copy of the result pointer? Okay. So I need to pass in something and then it copies something and then... If I don't throw that away, like I won't have a memory leak. How does this work? Why would you do that? Local time. So that's returning something somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to do something that works. And I'll ask about it on Stack Overflow error, because I am very confused by this function. Let's just make sure that's not a const pointer. Okay, so that should... Oh, so right now, it's checking if result is a null pointer, but we're trying to initialize that? So it should be, unless... Struct tmbuff. Okay. You know what? I am going to... This is so dumb. tm... I'm going to pass that in as a second argument. That's going to get thrown away. And in the end, stuff will be in my auto pointer. Why can't I take the address of this? Too many arguments in Right, because this is in a different header. Time.h. And this is not going to play well with C time somehow. Okay. Okay, so let's try including time.h instead of ctime. And see if that works. Local time function does not take do. Oh, local time s. I feel dumb. I guess the s is for safe. And local time s. It can't find that. It's in time.h. Is it not? So I included that up there. Let's just try building. What? I'm converting argument 1. Can I convert argument 1 from time t Wait, so it takes a const pointer to a TM. No, it doesn't. This says it takes a time t thing first. Let's look somewhere else because this is just awful. Good, Stack Overflow. Save me, please. So is the documentation backwards, or am I just reading it wrong? This says it takes a TM first. Right, it does. It totally does. I'm reading stuff backwards. And then it just returns a copy for some reason. Well, that's better. That returns an error thing. Oh, this is completely different. What in the world is going... What was I looking at? So that returns some sort of error code, I guess. But on the plus side, now I don't need to bother with pointer stuff. I'll just pass in date time. And for now, we'll just throw away the result, which I'm probably going to regret. I'll just change this to the struct thing. I'll need to take the address of that. And we should probably give this a name, so we can use it and not get compiler errors. I need to take the address, change this to a dot, and hopefully this builds. Okay, so now I can't add stuff. Right, I need to return stuff. I need to return the value I want to return, obviously. Okay, now only one is failing. And cannot open. Oh, god damn it. So it looks like something went wrong with running my program. Something's still running, it's not dead. And I can't recreate the exe. How do I kill stuff? Google PS debugger still running. There we go. Okay, there has to be a way to do this without Process Explorer. Oh, that's useful. AXE might still be running. Stop before recompiling. I'll use the Explorer if I have to, but dear God. There should be a way to just kill it. There should be a way to just kill it. Okay, this is annoying, but it's an easier way, so we're just gonna... Hopefully that didn't kill the stream. That didn't work. I'm just gonna restart Visual Studio. And now we wait. Is anyone watching? Oh, people are watching. Awesome. I'm just waiting for Visual Studio to load. It's back. Let's see if I can build now. Okay. Is everything dead? Does this build? Yes! It does. Okay, so now instead of trying to step through that, I'm going to run it and hope in the small splash of console I can see that there's no output. Which is horrible, but here we go. Oh, but first my antivirus has to... Okay. Okay, I guess we're going to step through this again. And restart Visual Studio again, because I don't know how to use my tools. Step over. Oh. Huh. I'm getting 1969. That was because something time zones. Okay. Does my second test pass? Okay, I fixed one thing. I broke one thing. I think that's just the trouble with the test. Let me see exactly when timestamp 0 is. But I think I just need to fix my test, because I do not live in Greenwich. In your local time zone. Okay, so it's midnight in UTC. I am like 6 hours before UTC, so I should indeed be getting 1969. And I'm not even going to check that passed. I'm going to go ahead and write an assert equal function. There's probably a fancy way to do this with templates. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, there we go. If I wanted to be a really good programmer, I could pass in like an input stream, but I'll worry about that when I need to. Oh, and I'll pass in a message. So I guess if we have a message, we'll output that. It's not empty. Message colon right, and then we'll output the rest. Why can I not? Why does that not work? That's a string. I should be able to write a string. Do I need to? I shouldn't have to do that. Apparently I do. Okay. That's weird, that's not what I was expecting. Can I output a size t? So I can output that. But I can't output a string thing. I should probably go ahead and include that. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay. Let's call my fancy new functions. Let's receive here. What year is it? 2016? I think. That's what I'm testing anyway. And if I needed to, I could say something about it. Assert equal must return a value. Right. That would help. Okay, so if that's not true, we're going to return false. And if they match, we'll return true. Okay. I'm not going to try to run the test because that would be miserable. It always is miserable. I'm going to assume I haven't broken anything. Okay. So now we need a get month. And I want January to be month 1. Because that's how we use it. Maybe I'll need like a get month string. Maybe. Anyway. Let's see what our TM thing has for the month. Yeah, documentation. Struct TM. TM month returns an int. Okay, month since January, so we need our offset for that to be 1. Okay, okay. I don't know why it's an int. It's t. Oh, hey, autocomplete. That's cool. Is there like a there's no string thing? Is there in the newer version? No, there's not. Okay, that works. We can write our own. If we really want to. Which actually sounds incredibly painful. That should be equal to something. It should actually be December in both cases. If I wanted to be really thorough, I'd test something that wasn't December, but hang on, isn't that January 2nd? No, January 1st. Okay. I should write to that website and tell them they have a bug. That just built, right? Let's build it again. I wonder if I can just step through and see what it returns. Actually, I can probably just see if there's text, but step over. And it's not telling me the result. But let's see. No output. I'll take that as a good thing. And hopefully... Oh god, there's more. Let's just try to kill it then. And just to make sure stuff is still writing, I'm going to change this and make sure it breaks. And let's see. Oh. It says down there what things return. Anyway. That is still writing. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. So I guess I'll implement get day of month. Get day of month. That's all I really care about, I think. And then I'll call it a night because I'm tired and my can't sweat in love. Get. If I say get date, that should be clear enough about what I mean. Christmas Eve dot get date. And then we'll just implement that. Why is this? Okay. And there's probably going to be some weird offset I have to include here because nothing can ever be easy. This is going to be like days since January. Oh, days since January 1st. Okay, day of the month is just based on 1, thank God. TM day. int mday. That should build, that should pass. It built, doesn't pass. I have a lot of trouble with like GUI menus. I can never consistently find stuff. I don't know why. I'm not a visual person at all. Do we have any output? I forgot to fix that test. Everything else passes. Yes, I know this is a horrible way to do testing. I don't feel like setting something up better right now. I think we may as well do a toString. That should be, you know, if I really wanted to do this right, there'd be a way to configure the output, but I don't care. (2016) 24. This should be good enough for my purposes. 2016. Probably. My assert equal functions do not take strings. Oh god. Can I attempt this? Type name T. That broke that. Why is that broken? Because that's a size T and an int. Okay, there is a lot of fun operator stuff going on here. I could return an int instead of a size T, but I think it's incredibly silly to return an int for something that U is always going to be positive. I could just make these different class things, and then hopefully this will only compile, like if the equal thing is defined, which it should be for this. Does this work? Thank God. God damn it. Error type, what? Error type. Let's build it and see what breaks. Yeah, it was probably a bad idea to use templates. I'm just going to cast. That's a good way to do things. That's a neat trick. Just for now until I can figure out a better way. Okay. Why is this complaining? So that's an error. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to like do a C string thingy at some point. Anyway, I don't want string buff. Okay, I do need to include that. Or let's alphabetize this just for fun. And for our implementation, hopefully this should be pretty easy. Oh god. I don't know how to convert. Because if you pass an int to the string constructor, it'll treat it like a vector thing. How do I convert an int to a string? Oh, and then I need to write my month function to get the month. Okay, I'm just going to... No, I shouldn't hardcode in December. I should not do that. I'll forget to change it. Okay, let's do this the hard way. This is going to last longer than I expected. This plus... There's a really easy function to do this. I just don't know what it is. There's a toString function. std toString. Okay. Get date plus I guess we'll need a get month string plus std toString get year. I think I've closed all my parentheses. No. There needs to be... Okay. Do I have any commas in here? I don't know. No, I do not. Just spaces. String date. Get month string. And we'll need an array for that. This is probably going to be private. Get month string. And I forgot how to do an array. Yeah, there's an arrays class somewhere. Anyway, the point is, I want this done fast, so I'm just going to use like a const vector. Vector. String. That should be like a const member of the class at some point. Not tonight, but at some point. And there are going to be 13 members because there is like one offset, because I just want to be able to index into it. There's a better way to do this. I just can't think of anything right now. Yes, I'm going to do them all. And then I'm going to make an embarrassing mistake, like skipping July. Because that's what I do. which is why I'm glad I'm into programming, because it's okay to make silly mistakes. Because it's so cheap to fix. 9. August. September comes after August. God, it's late. Merry Christmas, by the way. October. I am on a roll. Can I get all 12 months right? I think so. Awesome, that was fun. Yeah, I do not want to initialize that with every single call. Names. Oh, right, this index thingy. Accessor. Whatever this operator is called. Absolutely horrible, but why is this complaining? Did I misspell something? What does the compiler say? Please tell me it's just the IDE being dumb. Something's failing. Missing. Oh, right, I'm missing the plus sign. Oh, that's better. Yeah, okay, looks like T. I'm going to have to, actually I could just do like a string constructor, or I could call C string. Let's do, I don't think it matters, but this is more C++ like, I guess. Also, I like being verbose. Please build. Okay, let's make sure this runs. And then there's one more thing I want to do. Debug, there we go. Step over, there we go. Let's just go to the end. It's telling me they're all returning true. Okay, so the last one returned true. That returned true. What? Date to string. That does not look like what it should have returned. Okay, maybe my test is dumb. It's not outputting. I'm just going to output this to the console. And see what happens. I probably did something silly. Okay, okay, something's weird with the debugger. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Right, I can't exit like that. I'm probably going to have to restart Visual Studio before I make my one last change. God damn it. Yes, force stop. Oh, people are still watching. Okay, I can interact with this again. Okay, one last thing to do. I want a default constructor. That's the wrong word. Anyway, a constructor without arguments, and it should give me the time now. I'm not going to keep this test in my suite because it sounds incredibly painful. But I'm just going to do this now to make sure it works. The implementation is trivial. So hopefully nothing breaks. And maybe someone on Stack Overflow, or one of you, will tell me a better way to test this. Anyway, here's my constructor. How do I get the current timestamp? Get Unix timestamp with C++. Okay. Time. Okay. Sweet. So all I have to do actually yeah, okay. This is going to take a little more work, like I can't just call the constructor itself, I think. But I should be able to pass something here. So instead of passing the timestamp, okay, so I need t arg. Okay, so if I pass a null, okay, that should give me that time, and then I pass in a reference to that, and that should fill my object like I want it to. Does this build? No. No, why would it? I can't even see the error message. Oh, it's that I need to restart Visual Studio again. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to assume it worked. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm calling it quits. Good night.